owners, and we are a digital marketing agency, and we were struggling with growing the business at the same time as delivering the service to our clients. So we found ourselves in a position where we didn't have time to do both things, although we wanted to and we thought we could. And that was the moment when we realized that we needed more hands, more affordable hands, but capable hands that wanted to grow the business alongside us. That's why, that's the moment when we came up with the idea of hiring a digital manager. And also at the same time, we were getting some rumors and some advice from some friends that this service was very required in the United States from different business owners that were in the same position as we were. They were very successful, but still they had struggled with finding the right team members for their businesses that wanted to grow with them. That's why we decided to go into this business of finding these people that were very trainable and that wanted to grow the business with you. So we found the people that wanted to stay long term with the business because the market they are in is not as competitive as the United States market. As I mentioned, we were in that moment where we really needed to grow our business and the audience was requesting it. People were calling us for more services. And for us to grow, we needed to delegate more because you have to delegate to scale. So the digital manager service, and especially finding the number one digital manager for results, which is the very first number one test that we did, allow us to gain more time to allocate hours better for our business and actually think and work on our business, not in the business. So it gave us the opportunity to take a step back and look at the whole picture and see more opportunities for growing, for networking, for not burning out while the business was still delivering and we were working on the strategic part. When having a business and scaling a business, we tend to fall into this idea that we're able to do so many things and that we can do everything by ourselves. So we go into the solopreneur line as opposed to entrepreneur or, growing as a team. And that is so exhausting. And yes, you definitely get things done quicker, but it costs you so much energy that by the end of the day, for example, in our case, when we were done delivering to our clients, we were done delivering. So we didn't have more energy, we didn't have creativity, we didn't have anything else to give to our business. So it wasn't a point that we were feeling that we were, for our business, we were getting stuck in a point that there was no way to grow without bringing another person that would allow us just to relieve some time, take some tasks, some repetitive tasks like scheduling meetings, like reaching out to potential clients, like posting social media content for our business, like editing, like sending out a proposal or crafting a proposal or designing, editing. These women and men can do things for you that you didn't even think of delegating before. And that's also another great opportunity when you bring a new person into your team, that it gives you the chance to think again about how you are structuring your business and how you can allocate and delegate tasks to the right people at the right time based on their skills. So the digital manager service is an opportunity to work with a person. It's not AI. So when you bring this person into the team, you bring new perspective, you bring new ideas. So this person is also great, at least it's been in our case, and we make sure that for every client we get in, it is the same case, that they bring also opportunities to take on more tasks. So for example, you were having trouble with certain project, and this person identifies that you are having trouble with a project, but you haven't thought about delegating those tasks to the digital manager. The digital manager will proactively come to you and say, hey, maybe you need some help, and I can definitely help you in getting this and that task done. So when you bring this new person into the team, yes, it's gonna take some time. Although we, as the co-founders and the founders of this service, will make sure to match you with the perfect person that is gonna fulfill the position the best. So, for example, if you're looking for a person for social media, of course, we're not going to match you with a person that is into data analysis. Although, yes, we understand that in social media, you do need to have some basis of data analysis, but this person is going to lie more into the creativity part, into content, because that way you're going to reduce that onboarding process that we know takes so much time and sometimes it's a little frustrating, right? But still, you need to take some time to train the person and tell the person how you like getting things done. So we approximately, say that it is between 30 and 90 days to fully get this person on board, which is why we also offer a great discount for you to start with the service. Look, when we think that we can do everything by ourselves, we're getting stuck. We're digging our own hole in which we're gonna go in with the business that we are trying to grow, but you're just digging. So when you bring a digital manager into your team, you give this other person the shovel, and this other person is going to manage those repetitive tasks, so you can focus on what matters the most for you, for your team, and even for your family. Because think about this, you're doing like small tasks that, yes, are important to your business, but to the operational part of your business, for the strategic part of your business, you are the most important piece. So if you are so focused on those operational tasks, you're not going to have time to think creatively and think strategically on how to grow your business. And in the long run, you're going to get burned. Your team is not going to have more work because your business is getting stuck. And even, in the personal part, maybe your family is also asking you some time for you to dedicate them and for you to be the husband, the wife, the son, the sister, everything in your personal life. Having a bilingual digital manager was such a time saver for us because it allowed us to actually grow the business and allow us to have more meetings into how we can actually grow the business, while the digital assistant was taking care of tasks in both English and Spanish very well. So in the United States, of course, it definitely, people speak more English. That's totally true. So but for example, if you are a person that is in the real estate and you need a contractor, you need to communicate with a contractor, and you need to communicate with a plumber, and this person only speaks Spanish, a bilingual digital assistant really comes handy when those situations show up. So if you really think in the long term of diversifying your business and actually growing your business even more, having those assets with those very nice accessories of speaking two languages that are very competitive in the US comes really, really, really handy for your business. So in our experience, we were getting the information from this very dear friend of ours who is a business owner in the fitness niche in the United States. And he would tell us like, hey, there is a high demand of people who are capable, people who are trainable, people who are committed to the business long term, and people that doesn't they're not so picky about the miscellaneous tasks like managing email, like scheduling posts, like also thinking out of the box. So we said yes, we partner in this moment with one of the best universities in the Caribbean that take alumni from that university and tries to match them with this business owner who have needs and are looking for that person that wants to grow the business with them and that person that is loyal to the business. So you don't go into this hustle of training a person today and finding out that the person got another job proposal with double the salary because the market is so competitive. So you find out that you're wasting your time into training this person, right? We solve this problem by matching you with the right people here in Latin America that are as capable as people in the United States and are more willing to work with your business long term. And two languages. As a business owner, I definitely recommend the digital manager service, not only because we offer it, but because for you to grow your business, you have to delegate. In the long run, you are not going to be able to grow your business if you're still stuck in the same place where you think that you can do everything by yourself. You need to delegate so you can scale. And that's one of the things that we like to say, right? That's our motto, delegate to scale. And these women and these men, the digital manager, they can do anything for you, right? Anything that can be done. And I think the COVID really taught us that many things that we didn't think of that they could be done remotely can be done remotely. So anything that you can think of, from the most simple task to the most complex task, they can handle it for you. So you can really focus on growing your business.